Okay. Well, now I'm getting all these recommendations of that song. Oh, yeah, we got Fortnite Season 2. God dang it. Is that coming out tomorrow now, apparently?
Yeah, it's coming tomorrow. Like the new, from what I'm looking at right now, it's saying that the new season will start at 3:00 a.m.
Oh,
And
jeez.
yeah, that's when the new season's gonna start.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, we'll probably grind it then. We'll probably do, we'll probably do,
The Outlast Trials.
yeah,
Right up there.
yeah, we'll probably do that first. What's up, guys? Overrays, welcome back with another live stream, and we got Walker Dead. We got Deadwalker here.
Hello. What's up, guys?
And we're back with the Walking Dead Thursdays. It's been a hot minute, so we've been a hot minute since we done one, for sure. But we got the ones who lives that's playing. We're 2 episodes in, and we kind of got to get back in a little bit of a grind with the Thursday streams. Kind of going over the about the show and what we think so far and how it's going and going forward with the spinoffs here. And so much more. Obviously, give your opinions as well in the chat. Definitely do so. We'll kind of go over some conversations and such like that, and potential villains. Who's main, who's the back lead. That type of stuff. Because we got a little bit of that going on here. As I quickly share it out real quick. But how you guys all doing? Let me know. I apologize for not I didn't do a stream yesterday because was hanging out with my girlfriend the whole dang time. So, had to figure out or kind of go over that situation there with the court and all that. So. That's all I'll say on that. I'm not going to go into details on that, obviously, for personal reasons, of course. So, no need to go down that path. But I'll just say it just went. I'll just say it went 50-50. I'll just say that. So it kind of went even, I guess you could say. So we kind of got what we wanted, but not really. So, if you can kind of figure that out. So it wasn't all bad. So there's that. So yeah, so I gave her a helping hand and helped her with what she needed to do, and obviously got to kind of hang out with her dog and everything like that. Got to know the dog a little bit better and play with the dog a little bit, and got a few things and such like that. So, what's up, Bentley? Welcome.
The teacher said, yeah. We're on the time.
What the heck?
Sorry about that.
Arrow is better than Rick. Oh, I would disagree with that, and I'm a Darrow fan, and I would disagree with that.
I mean, to be fair, there's no competition. They're both really good characters.
I would say Rick is just a smidge better in terms of being a badass. I mean, it's Rick. You can't beat that.
Can I be honest with you about something? And I mean, listen, I love Daryl, but The thing about Daryl is that what makes him a little bit overrated is because he's just a badass, and like his character, him as a character is a little one-sided. Like he's had good character development,
Yeah.
but his character was really bad throughout the course of 7 and 8.
Yeah.
He barely like said any dialogue whatsoever.
Yeah.
And he really was very, very bad in season 8. Like season 8 was his worst season of the character.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Season 9 obviously was a smidge better, but like, and of course, you know, Daryl's character was better throughout the rest of the season. The seasons, excuse me, but like his character, him as a character is a little bit overrated. People just love him because he's a badass, not for him as a character. So that's kind of what makes him overrated. Rick, on the other hand, Rick is better because of he has better character development. He's gone through a lot more character development, and he's not so one-sided. And you know, of course, he's a leader, you know, and everything. So that's kind of why I say Rick is just the better character than Daryl Dixon.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm more. I mean, I'm a Daryl guy, but again, I will have to say Rick is just a little bit better. I enjoy Rick's character just a smidge more. I mean, he started the show. Daryl didn't really start the show, so it was Rick. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but people mainly like Daryl just because he's a badass, and that's the only reason why.
I like him for both, because he's a badass and because of his character. It's not just one or the other. I like both.
Yeah, I know, and good for you. It's just a lot of the people that
complete the character. I like both that complete the character.
Really, that's the only reason why I like that character. That's why I say he's overrated.
Right. Daryl carried season 9 through 11.
It's still a top 5 character of all time for me.
He did, but he did and he didn't. He kind of jumped around with different characters also. So, I mean, that's...
Like, for me, my top 5 would be Daryl Dixon. No, top 5 would be Rick Grimes. This is in no particular order. This is Daryl, Rick, Morgan, Michonne, and Negan. Probably.
Right. John Cena's new movie is Ass. Haven't seen it. Watch Walking Dead with no shirt. What? Why are you giving that option? No. I've already seen everything. I'm not doing that. Oh,
it sounds like someone wants you to go full-fledged rated R while watching a Walking Dead episode.
Bentley, you got a weird mind there, buddy.
I think this fucking deal with
Yeah, facts. The show Daryl Dixon is better than Dead City and The Ones Who Live.
No.
I mean,
No, but
listen, if you think that, you can think that, but I can tell you, I'm pretty sure majority of the audience disagrees with you. And they would probably say...
I'll tell you what, it's better than Dead City, yes, I'll agree with that.
Yeah, Dead City, okay, sure, because... Yeah, I was more into I was more into Daryl Dixon than I was into Dead City. I mean, Dead City was more just entertaining in terms of funny, more than anything. But The Ones Who Live, no. I mean, again, if you're a Michonne hater or a Rick hater, I mean, no shit, you're not gonna like The Ones Who Live. And no offense, but your opinion is not really that objective. Sorry to tell you, because you don't like the characters, so you can't really have an opinion on that aspect, because I mean, you're not going to like it anyway because you don't like the characters. So I mean, you're already going to hate on it. So I kind of just your opinion doesn't hold much weight. Sorry to tell you, not to burst your bubble. I mean, I respect that if you don't. Or not that much of a Rick fan, but I mean, Rick was the man. I mean, he really was, and that showed if you got the DVD set and stuff like that. He's the guy in the front of the cover, you know. I mean, look at season 9. Even he was only in 5 episodes, and his ass was in the front of the cover. So, I mean, that just kind of tells you, you know, that he's the man, 100%. So. Okay, Dead City is the best. The Ones Who Live sucks because Michonne's character sucks. But Rick is alright, but I prefer Negan more than Rick. What? Okay, that's a totally flip-flop right there. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
That's you did a 360 there, buddy. You said Daryl Dixon's better than Dead City and the Ones Who Live. Now you're saying Dead City's better than the Ones Who Live. What?
What the? That makes no type of sense. Sorry, not sorry, but dude, I get it. To those that don't like Dead City, I'm like, sure, I understand where you're coming from, but listen, The Ones Who Live, it's a pretty decent show. I mean, if you look at season 1, episode 1 and 2, my goodness. Yeah, it's I mean, if you actually look at the numbers, it's actually so this has the number one drama, I think, in the world right now. Right.
Yeah, it beats both shows. So the only one that came close was the Daryl Dixon show, and that was the finale, and that came close. But I mean, again, I respect the fact that you're not a Michonne favorite there. I respect that. I personally don't mind Michonne. She's a fine character. Obviously, she was more badass in the earlier seasons. I was more into her character at that point. She has kind of lured me back in a little bit as these episodes kind of progress. I'm starting to kind of like her character more. Obviously, Mr. Heisenberg, not so much. He's kind of. I mean, he did think the episode was still decent, but in his opinion, he was also tired too. So I mean, that's why when you watch our reaction to episode 2, that's why you kind of see him yawning and shit like that, because he's tired and it's a more slower episode. So I mean, both mixes don't really go together, if you know what I mean. You're not really gonna find the episode that entertaining because it's not really, not much is really going on besides the last 15 or 10 minutes of the episode, and obviously there's certain parts that shit goes down, but but there is a lot of where not much is going on because they're just sitting there and they're having to wait, etc. But again, I enjoyed the episode. I was into it. I was more wide awake, of course. So for me, what I said on my rating, 8.8 out of 10. I mean, I was honest and true with it. That's how I felt about the episode going in, and how I ended. But I also like Michonne's character a lot more than he does. Him right now, I mean, he doesn't mind her character, but he's not the biggest fan of her. I know. I don't. I mean, not to bring up race or anything, but one of the people did not like the fact that he wasn't a big fan of the episode, and that person was of color, or at least from the profile pic. I don't know if that was just somebody trying to create attention or create drama, or whatever. But going by that, I was like, okay. I mean, this. I mean, whoop-de-doo, like, because the person couldn't.
I also heard from the reviews that the early reviewers are saying that episode 3 you can go straight from like Rick's final scene in 905 straight into the flashbacks in episode 3. Like when he first gets there, because they say it's very like directly after, which they say it's really cool that they did that in the way they did. That's what one guy said, and I'm like, because episode 3 is apparently when we're getting them, is the when Rick's first few years in the CRM is going to be that episode. So
sure,
it's going to be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I thought that comment was a little bit ridiculous. You couldn't finish the episode because of that guy in the on the left there complaining and bitching. I'm like, dude, who cares? Like, why are you making a big deal about it? Big whoop. He doesn't like the character that much. Okay, who fucking cares? I mean, not everybody is going to like that character or this character or whatever. And and when people bring up race, it just kind of you lose me, because that's not the reason. The race has nothing to do with the reason. It's the character. It's just the character. obviously I never hated Michonne. You know, she got a little bit boring in some parts, but I never fully lost interest. You know, my interest
I know
maintained.
part of the story was a little slow, but it wasn't
Yeah, it was
bad.
a little
It
bit
just
slow. Yes.
it wasn't bad. I thought that the how they synced up the scene from 11/24 and everything was done very well.
Right. I thought so. Yeah. And Nat, I liked his character.
Yeah,
His character was very funny. He was a very
but
entertaining character. It was sad to see him die the way he did. Um, it did shock me because I didn't think he was gonna die. Um, but this show has a lot of guts, and that's one thing we can.
those characters are only meant to serve a
Yeah,
certain purpose. They aren't meant to be around. They aren't
yeah,
meant to be around for a long time. Because as soon as she finds Rick, I mean that they just really wouldn't fit into the story that much, honestly.
no, and it makes sense. I'm not knocking that. It just kind of sucked that he died in that shit way. Um, it would have been interesting, like to
As a
see.
character was getting her there, basically, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much, and that makes sense. I mean, he was able to say hi to Rick pretty much before he got shot at the last second. But oh, you found him! Oh my God! Shot. So I mean, hey, you got to see him at least. So what's up, bad boy? Welcome to the stream. Um, Once We Live is only gonna have one season. Yeah, probably is. Probably is. But I do believe we'll get more content with those characters though. I don't believe that that this is just it and that's it. I don't believe that. And I'm not buying it either. I think we will get more. Whether it be a couple years from now or, you know, whatever the case is, the timing of it is hard to predict, but I do believe that we'll get more content in some form. Just because of how big the CRM is, it's not something that you can deal with in 6 episodes. I don't give a shit how much they want to praise that you can. No. It's too big. It's too big. I'm sorry. There's no way. And even if you did, it wouldn't feel right. It would feel rushed. So, I mean, again, these episodes, I mean, even though an hour long, they've been an hour long, and that's been great, but an hour is still not going to cut it. You know, because there's no way that Rick and Michonne can defeat the CRM by themselves. That's just no way. I mean, they're going to need some form of help, whether it's allies in the inside, or allies on the outside, or both, or, you know, or something. You know, I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. But yeah. But Darrow's better than Shane. What is with this? Shane's been dead since season 2. Why are we bringing him up?
He's been dead in the Walking Dead TV show universe for many years at this point, so come on now.
I mean, what comparison
Like, dude,
is
really?
that?
I mean, that's not negative here, I'm just pointing that out.
Yeah, I mean, I just, yeah, I don't. Okay, that's a random bring up there. Okay, are you glad Fear ended, or should I have the ending been better? Yes, I'm happy that it ended. Of course, I think all of us are happy that shit show ended. And should it have a better ending? Yes. I mean, the ending was but I mean, it wasn't terrible, but at the same time, it wasn't great. So. It was this kind of It was an ending. So yeah, it should have. But quite honestly, not really much more they really could have done to make it better. Realistically, I mean, everybody kind of went off their own way. So I mean, quite honestly, they drained me with those characters. So quite honestly, I just don't even give a shit. The only ones I still had slight care for was Dwight and Sherry at the end. And even that was very minuscule. My drainage for the show was just drained. I just didn't care to see anymore, quite honestly, and I don't care to see anymore either, even to this date. I just that's what happens when you make me not give a shit. So, so, and seeing Alicia back, that just pissed me off. So, it did not make me happy at all.
Yeah, but I told you she was gonna come back, dude. I kept telling you, and you kept saying no. She's not. I kept saying it's
Yeah,
not gonna
whatever.
happen.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, but you were a stubborn bastard.
She's
I kept telling
still.
you she's probably gonna come back. I don't see why she won't. You're like, no. I'm gonna laugh in your face when she does it. And I laughed in your face when she did.
Yeah, well, I don't give a shit. At that point, I didn't care. I said, jam it up your ass and twist it.
Yeah, but she came back.
Because she's stupid
I mean,
for
to be-
coming back.
I mean, to
have
be
came
fair,
back.
the actress did come back for the fans, not for Ian and Andy. So I would give it props for that. However, they should never brought her back at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was her decision, though. And I agree she shouldn't have come back. But, like, the thing is that she was going to, and I had a feeling because she got fucked over in the 100. And she still came back for the series finale because how much fans wanted her to come back, even though they fucked her over there too. So I was like, well, if history repeats itself, she's gonna do the same thing with Fear. So
True, but I'm just saying that they should never did it to begin with. But then again, it is what it is now. So
Yeah, that was the worst
yeah,
episode
two
ever.
shows that Alicia W. Carey was in. They got that her character got fucked over in both fucking shows. The
Yeah,
100
and it didn't make any sense how
Also
she
Fear
just.
because the 100 it was.
I mean,
I'm not gonna get.
I would have gave him a little bit more credit if she actually did something, like help Madison get out of what situation she was in. But she didn't even do that. She just fucking came out of nowhere. She just by the way, she's alive.
yeah,
I'm like, what the
she
fuck?
teleported to Virginia. I'm
Like,
like,
that shit
I'm
doesn't-
like, to be fair, last time
no
I checked,
sense.
she was all the way in Texas. So how the heck could she travel from Texas to Virginia? It's weird.
What are you talking about?
I'm like, like last time we saw her, she was like in Texas, but next thing we know, she's in Virginia, and I'm like, okay, how are you? I'm like, okay, how are you? I'm like, okay, how are you able to go from Texas to Virginia within that long period of time? Like I don't know, like something was missing there. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean Virginia? Where did they say she was in Virginia?
That's where the fear group was in, right? Virginia,
Georgia.
Oh.
Well, that's even
And how
worse.
Georgia, but still though, how was she able to get from Texas to Georgia within that whole period of time? Like, you know what I mean?
Well, it was explained that she helped create a whole bunch of she helped helped I guess create a lot of communities around the area, and she just kind of found herself around that area at one point. I think that's kind of the way they described it. She kind of became like a famous name around Texas and around that area. And I mean, Texas to Georgia is not that big of a. It's not too crazy.
I mean,
What's more crazy is Virginia to Texas because that's where Morgan came from.
I look at it this way. I don't know how the hell Mo could have dragged her ass from there to where the hell she's at. That
What do you
shit,
mean?
that shit just doesn't make no goddamn sense. None whatsoever. And you can't make it make sense because it's a little goddamn girl trying to drag an adult. It just doesn't work.
Oh yeah, that episode. Yeah, that was stupid.
That's why I'm saying you could have had Alicia saved her. That would have made more sense. Like, I would have believed that a hell of a lot more. You know what I mean? And she would have had a bigger role, not just fucking. They're sitting in the goddamn tent, and then she fucking pulls up and she goes, "Oh, it's me." The fuck? Where the hell did you come out of? Just fucking walking around in the goddamn middle of nowhere, and then you just see the tent, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna." Yeah, the fuck? Like that shit? No, I don't care for that stupid shit. That shit can piss off. That's stupid. right there. That's not thinking. You know, I mean, there's so many better ways that you could have done that. And you know, as usual, as typical, they're fucking idiots. They don't know how to do nothing. So of course they don't. They just think, oh yeah, we'll just have her pop up randomly. Oh, she's still alive. You know,
Yeah,
I don't care to see her ass again. I really don't. You fucking made me hate her character this past 2 seasons. I don't give a shit to see her again. I really don't. You killed it. You killed her for me. Season 7 was too much. That was too much. So I don't care to see her again, honestly. So I don't give a shit how much those fans cry. Piss off. You fans, quite honestly, are just dumb. Okay. Not to attack you guys, but seriously, you know, the content she was doing was shit. But yet you still was praising it like the Lord. And I blame you motherfuckers for getting more shit. So, thank you for giving us shit content, because it's your guys' fault, because you're the ones that progressed it on. So. You kept thinking that bringing these characters back would save the show. And as I kept saying, it is not the characters, and it's not the actors, it's the fucking producers. If you don't get rid of them, the shit ain't gonna change. Simple as that. But you people are dumb as shit. You don't listen. You just think, oh yeah, bring Madison back. She'll fix it. Nah, she didn't fix it.
Nope.
If anything, you made me hate her character more than ever. Now I can't fucking stand her, and I could give a shit to see her again either. That stupid puffer thing, fucking ridiculous. It made no goddamn sense. If anything, you made her character weak now. She's weak as shit. Troy could have whooped her ass all the way to fucking Texas, because, you know, because Troy was fine. Okay, he only had a stab in the eye. She's over here sitting, relying on freaking oxygen takes to keep her ass moving. She runs out. Oh my god, she's passing out on the floor. What the frick are you doing? You know, I mean, I would have put an axe right in the head. You done. You gone. You're not a threat anymore. I mean, you know, that's how you gotta look at it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, and then, yeah, I mean, and other characters are just stupid as shit, and, you know, I mean, one of your best episodes was the King County episode, and that was a okay episode, but the Padre shit, kind of, the episode.
No, I actually disagree with you, Johnny. I actually think that was actually a really good episode.
I would
besides
disagree
the
with you
dialogue
back
and
at
the
you,
Padre
brother.
Stuff. If you take that away, it's actually like almost
If
an
you
8
take
out of
that
10
away,
episode.
but you can't do that, because that's a part of the episode. So, as much as I agree with you on that, yes, if you take it away, it's a very good episode, yes. But, you can't. Because it's a part of the story.
Yeah, but it's one of those fear episodes I'll actually rewatch. And I've already rewatched it like 3 times, so that's why I say I at least give it like a 7 out of 10.
Well, I'm not knocking the rating. That's pretty much what the rating I give it. But,
A 7 to 8 out of 10, like, yeah.
yeah,
like
I'm not knocking on the rating, but I don't fucking defend it as amazing as we think it was. Because, in honesty, it wasn't that amazing. It was just an alright episode. You know,
But I mean, the
It had-
series finale, I know
it had very good moments.
The series finale,
It had very good moments, but in the Dwight and Sherry episode, now that one I won't defend because there's just too many issues with that one.
yeah, that one was not. I won't rewatch that one. That was disappointing. I was actually expecting it to be better.
I mean, sure, those flashbacks were nice to see, but as Dan stated, which I don't even know if I think I did notice, blue buildings in the fucking background. The fuck those weren't supposed to be there. So it shows you that they didn't fully go back to the set to see how the set was truly made, because
Well, of course, because the set was torn
Yeah.
down. It's the Commonwealth now.
yes, but they could have been smarter people and actually go back in the old episodes of Walking Dead to see how the shit was made. It's not hard to do, you know. If you put a little bit of work into it, you could have figured out how the hell it was supposed to look like, and you could have made it look just about as exact as it could be. But no, you decided to base it on, oh well, it looks like this, and then yeah, I mean, so it could have looked a lot better. Um, uh, what's her name? I don't even fucking remember her name because that's how much I hate her character. She destroyed that episode. She destroyed that episode by
herself. They made that
herself.
trip all the way up to Virginia, and they didn't even think about, hey, guess what? There's these communities around here that could easily just take us in. I mean, besides Dwight and like this, like, why don't we just go and just see if they'll help? It's like this girl is bleeding out. She needs surgery. No, we don't know of any place around here that has doctors. Let's just do it ourselves. The kingdom, the kingdom wouldn't be around at that time. The Hilltop, Alexandria, they're not thinking about any of those fucking places. They made the trip all the way to Virginia. They didn't even think about, we're around here now. There's a safe place. There's safe places around here. Why don't we go there? Like, why don't we tell?
Yeah, it's just, it's stupidity. That one chick, she freaking ruined that episode with her bitching and crying the whole goddamn time. That's what made me not stand it, quite honestly.
I tell you, the series finale, it was a better episode. I think the series finale was probably the best episode of the second half of season 8, and I'll give it at least a 6 for me, just because of that final 10 minutes with Alicia and Madison and the ending scene. I thought it was decent. I rewatched the final scenes. That's why I at least give it a 6.
But
I gave the final. I mean, if someone was to ask me, I just gave the final episode of AMC Sphere, that the series finale. I just gave it an official rating of a 4/10 out of 10 because of the whole ending. And here's why I say 4/10 out of 10. I'm like, okay, you have Alicia come back, but it's out of the blue when they could have. Well, because to be fair, they could have explored more on that, like you said, Ray's. Could have brought her back and have her do something for the plot.
Right.
And that ending where Madison's like, "Oh, let's go back to LA," and I'm like, dude, are you smoking weed? LA was bombed.
Yeah, that didn't.
Yeah, but the whole point of it was that they're going back there to see if there's still people around. I guess. I don't know. I just thought the whole.
It's just
I always like reunion scenes. I'm a stickler for reunion scenes. That's part of the reason why I at least give it a 6 because it is probably the best episode of the second half.
It's
probably.
Just stupid. And they all fucking split up, which that doesn't even make any sense on that own. I mean, I just, there's ways you could have done it better, and,
that's why I agreed with Dan. Dan gave it a 6, which I that's why I kind of saw his points, and I kind of agreed with it.
Now he just shits on it now, so I don't even think his ratings even say anything anymore.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I still give it at least a 6, for me at least.
He probably gives it a 4 or 3.
I'm not saying it's a good episode. I'm just saying at least give it a 6.
He fucking oh my gosh, watching his videos now when he shits on that show. Oh my god, he shits on it so much you can't stand it. I laugh at it. It's hilarious. I agree with him though. I can't stand that shit anymore either. The only thing I give a shit about at this point is Morgan because he left and going to find Rick. That's a pretty big reunion, and you got Dwight and Sherry, and those characters are very good characters, and you could do some good things with those characters if they actually put their heads together. But other than that, I could give a shit to see the rest. Quite honestly.
Mr. Heisenberg is in the
yeah, I see that. What's up, Mr. Heisenberg? How you doing? Wait, did you spell bitches right? No, you did not. What's up, John Hamm, by the way, welcome. Then when Rick returns to Alexander, I want to see his reaction when he sees Negan again. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And Rick could probably be like, looking at Negan like, dude, you're supposed to be in a cell. How the heck are you?
No, actually, he'd probably be alright with him being out, quite honestly. Now, he might have a different say on him controlling New York. Might have a different opinion on that one, but taking over New York and controlling everything, I don't think you'll like that, but...
Unfortunately, I don't think I would rewatch Dead City. It was good. It's just not rewatchable for me.
The episode was good. It could have been better. Which one are you referring to? Episode 2 of Ones Who Live, or what are you referring to? I assume that's what you're referring to, but I don't want to assume and then be wrong. But yeah, quite honestly, yeah, we're pretty much done with Shit Fear, so 2. Oh, okay.
Fear the shit
yeah,
show is over, and I don't want to talk about it or see it ever again in my mind.
It's probably gonna. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought back a few characters for future projects, for like a crossover series or whatever. Especially with how it ends with Dwight and Sherry and Madre and.
Like I said, there's a few
Brad
characters I'd be alright with, but the rest, I don't give a damn.
If we saw a few of them in the future, I would.
Like Mr. Heisenberg said, put them all in California and blow it up. Blow it up again.
Not all of them.
I mean, again, I wouldn't be surprised if we never see the Fear characters ever again. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I thought that too, but with the whole, like, them going back to the sanctuary and stuff like that, I think that's kind of something that they're setting up for, like, Dead City or something.
Again, Dwight and Sherry, yes. Morgan, sure. But the others, no.
Yeah, but they're not all the people that are going back to the sanctuary. You're going to have Strand and them go back there, too.
Yes, I'd be fine with that. I'd be alright with that. Those characters I don't mind.
So you don't mind Strand anymore?
Oh, no, not Strand. No, fuck Strand.
Yeah, but just saying, like, those characters.
Deadwalker, you gotta look at it this way, buddy. If they freaking bring those Fear people back, man, those ratings are gonna plummet right again. Okay, people don't want to see that bullshit again. All right, why do you think Fear fucking tanked the way it did? Nobody gives a fuck about those characters. I mean, besides the few characters that I stated, all right, besides the few characters like Morgan, Dwight, and Sherry, besides those characters, people don't give a flying for the audience for those characters is so small, it's not worth bringing back. It isn't. I mean, if you do a big crossover thing and then you include them as as like a little thing or whatever like that, fine. But I'm telling you,
that's what I'm saying.
It's going to hurt the franchise more than it isn't. You'd be safer not to. Okay, just leave them gone. We don't need them. You killed the show, you destroyed the show, and I don't care to see him again. I don't.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised, especially with like Scott King probably not wanting anything to do with Ian and Andy.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you tarnish it. That's why they should have never fucking hired those idiots, because they ruined a good a potential thing that could have actually been good, but you destroyed it. And and now the fan base, I don't think could give a shit to see him again. I mean, besides the few minor people that, oh, Alicia, besides the fucking small percentages, which is very small, it isn't worth touching, because the majority of the people are going to say, oh God, here we go again, more shit Fear, but in another form. That's what people are going to do, and they're going to turn a blind eye, because they're going to be like, oh no, it's going to be shit again. We know it. It's going to be garbage. It's not going to be worth watching. I mean, that's, people can't get that bad taste out of their mouths. That's the problem. I sure as hell can't. That's why I just try not to go on it. But
And to be fair, nobody really to be fair, there are some people that don't want to see the Fear characters ever again, and I can't really blame them, because look at what Ian and Andy did to them in Fear. They're terrible writing, and it's ridiculous. Even myself at this point, I'm like, well, I don't really care anymore about the Fear characters in AMC's Walking Dead universe, because, like, for example, look at what Ian and Andy did. They ruined Alicia. They ruined Madison even more. They brought her back from dead, and they did save her Troy, so it's like, who cares? Not to mention, Strang gets a happy ending. It's like, dude, what the heck's going on?
This is why it's
really.
What makes it even worse, though, is that there was a huge fan base when it came to the character of Troy. I remember when I was watching seasons 1 through 3, a lot of people loved Troy.
But then when they saw it executed, they were like, fuck this shit.
So I said, that's why it was really bad whenever they brought him back, because And what the character they turned him into as well, it just was really bad. And I think a lot of the Troy fans were pissed off about that because it's just like a lot of the Ian and Andy found a way to ruin every really good character that Dave Erickson had.
Right.
Because Strand, back when Strand was in the Dave Erickson era of Fear, he was one of the best characters, if not the best character on the show, because of how he was and how, sly he was.
I mean,
and just how he was as like
he was all right.
type of character.
He was all right. I wouldn't say the best. I wouldn't say the best, but I would say he was all right.
You had Nick, and everything. So it's just very unfortunate because with Dave Erickson's vision had in store for the future of Fear.
Yeah, and not enough characters died either, by the way. So that's the other thing too. Some of these fucking characters should have died. Like Strand, he should have died. I'm sorry. He should have not deserved a happy ending. I don't give a shit. He shouldn't have deserved it. All the bullshit he did,
in my opinion,
all the people that he got killed, he does not deserve a good ending.
Luciana should have died. Sarah Rendell, those two should have died. But characters like that should have already been dead. Sarah Rendell are dead.
Yeah, he shouldn't have got.
Well, no.
Are people hating on me about episode 2?
Now all of a sudden, I don't know if I told you this, but now all of a sudden,
hold on.
that through the wiki, they're actually alive.
Strand was never a really good character. Hold up. Strand was never really a good character. Well, I mean, I was okay with Strand a little bit in the first early seasons, but after that, I just fuck him. Well, actually, when he got to season 5 and he was trying to be good, that's when I was like, okay, all right, you got me interested. And then season 6 came around, and then he went back to being an asshole again, and then I said, all right, fuck you. So, so his chance was, if he stayed good, I would have liked his character. But he didn't do that, so I said, fuck him. So, because Ian and Andy had to make him evil again. They just had to do that.
And then they actually had Strand like the main villain for season 7.
Like, yeah.
It shouldn't be Strand. It should have been Riley.
So I'll tell you right now, Mr. Heisenberg, what this person said, and I'll tell you exactly. Now, like I said, I don't know if this person is actually of that color. I don't know. I ain't gonna. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna. Oh, actually, I can't click it from there. Oh, whatever. Going for, if you're just going by the profile pic, yes, but I never liked him. Fair enough. The person goes, it's a girl from what I know. Tough watch. I couldn't continue because the guy in shorts didn't give the episode a chance. Referring to you. I said, I mean, he enjoyed it, but isn't much of a Michonne fan. Came back, replied to me, all the more reason to turn it off. This is a show about Rick and Michonne, JS, and Hart. I said, I mean, I understand how you feel about it. Not everyone's going to be the biggest fan of it. I respect his opinion like I do others. So, yeah. You do you. Oof. So, yeah. So, there's that. I gave it a 7. Oh, you give it a 7? Okay, so you are sticking with your rating. Yeah, I think that's what you gave it before. I said 8.8.
That's too low for me.
I gave it an 8.8 because I enjoyed it a lot more than that. But again, I like Michonne's character more than most, so that's kind of why I was more into it. But that's me. But I respect your 7. That's still a solid rating. You know. It's not, you're not giving it a 5 or anything crazy like that, so a 7 is still a good rating. Strand was never a good character. Some people thought that way, again, there's moments where I liked him, but overall, I don't give a shit about his character. I don't care about him, so... I didn't hate it. I said it was good. So why is that person getting in a stupid argument? It's probably because you yawned and then you said this shit's boring, this and that. That's probably what she was referring to. That's my guess. I don't know. That's probably why. Probably got X amount into the stream, and then you were just like, doing that and all this shit. And, oh, this is boring. It's not that good, or what, or something along that line, right? And then she was like, oh, I can't keep watching this. This guy's hating. Something of that. That's my guess. You know what I mean? So. So. I saw it at 3 a.m. with 24 hours up. Right. Well, that's another thing too, So, but whatever. Some people are stubborn that way. It is what it is. They just need to respect other people's opinions and not say that, well, it's not that great of a stream because this guy over here is bitching and complaining or yawning and this and that and saying the episode's not really that great, so I can't watch the episode because I can't stand the fact that he's sitting over there bitching and crying about it.
Dude.
I mean,
to be fair, listen, if you're giving like your honest thoughts and opinions on the episode, then you're giving your honest thoughts and opinions on the episode. That doesn't mean anything. Like, just because you're giving your honest thoughts on an episode, that doesn't mean like, oh, you're just hating on it just because this and that. I'm like, well, to be fair, we're giving our honest thoughts and opinions on it.
That woman sounds like a moron. That woman sounds like a moron. I mean, hey, I respect that as well. So, I mean, I just don't want her coming at me. You know what I mean? Like I stated, it's that, and almost for me seeing that comment, because, like I said, her profile, it shows that she's black. So, when I'm reading the comment, it makes me seem like she's bringing up race. And that's what I'm just like. I mean, I hope that's not what you're going down that road, because this has nothing to do with that. He's just not that biggest fan on the character. That's just where it's at. I hate it when people do that bullshit. I can't stand people who do that. Okay. If we don't like the character, it's because we don't like the character. It has nothing to do with what fucking race they are. We could give a shit what that is. Okay? They could be a goddamn monkey for all we give a shit. Alright? And if the monkey doesn't do his shit right, well, we'll fucking hate on the monkey. If he does his banana dance and shit like that, fucking does that shit right, well, then, yeah, we might like the monkey. I don't hate the character. Right, and I know you don't hate the character. I know you don't hate her. You're just not the biggest fan of her. Which, again, respect. And some people aren't. I like her character. I'm more into her than some might be. Like how much? Maybe an 8. 8.5. Something like that. I'm that much into a character. Maybe you're like a 6. Or a 6.5 or something like that. Maybe you're lower. But, others might be lower. Others might be higher. I like her more than Maggie. Well, there you go. That's a compliment. And I'm not going to cap on that, you know what I mean? Because Maggie freaking... Maggie's character, goddamn.
Yeah, they ruined her character so much to the point where I'm like, well, I mean, listen, I will always love and support the actress, but when it comes down to the character, like her show counterpart,
I like her character.
No, thank you.
But here's the thing. I like her character, but she has me on edge. Like, I'm on thin ice with her character right now. If she doesn't fucking, if she doesn't do a 360,
going with her, just her being constantly just trying to. I mean, that's the thing that really irritated me about Dead State. I told him about this the other day. As I said, I really, because when you look at the final episode, you look at that talk that Negan and Maggie had, and things that she said to Negan, it was finally like that closure between the two, the tension that had been building up for the past
They basically the entire season ever since she came back. So like,
Right.
you finally have that closure with Maggie and Negan, and then when you have Dead City, it just kind of flush all that down the drain, and it's just back to square one. And that really irritated me with Dead City, and it just made her look worse because it's like, she just still will never let up on Negan. It's like, we get it, we understand what Negan did, but it's like, it's been so long, Maggie, you need to get over it. I mean, the thing about it too is that, and I saw this comment, Rick, Daryl and Maggie were pissed at Rick because he never got over Carl, and that's the reason why he kept Negan alive. But they couldn't get over Glenn, so they're hypocrites, for that whole thing that happened in 905.
Yeah.
Literally. So, that's on them, too, you know what I'm saying?
Dead City's not that good, Mr. Heisenberg said. I mean, I respect that. I mean, again, like I said, with her character, I'm on the thinnest ice. In season 2, that's how we're starting. She's on thin ice with me. If she doesn't turn that shit around in season 2, that ice is going to break, and I'm not going to be the biggest fan of her after that. So she better fucking flip that shit around, because that ice breaks. It's not going to be good for me. I'm going to be raging, and it won't be good. I'm going to be giving some harsh shit. So she better turn that shit around. She better stop bitching. Because, otherwise that son of hers needs to start whacking her in the head.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was actually the case.
Start whacking her on the head, saying, "Hey, get that noggin on loose. That shit's loose. It needs to stop. You need to quit your bitching."
Right.
I'm only watching because
I'm like, I get it, Maggie. I get it. You're never gonna forgive Negan.
So she essentially gets one more chance.
What happened to Glenn was done so many years.
She's only getting one more chance. She's only getting one more chance from me, and that's it. And it ain't much. So she better turn that shit around. She better,
Oh, the thing about Dead City is that it's like she almost just forgot all that Negan did in the back half of season 11. Like how he saved Herschel's life, how he did this for her, how Maggie literally said, "I'm starting to trust you now." They just ran it down the drain, and it's just back to square one.
I want to say this because it would make Dead City a little bit more forgivable if Negan did another thing that made her be like that again. You know what I mean? Like, in between Dead City and the main series. You know what I mean? Like if they go in a flashback where Negan did something else that pissed her off, and made her do that shit. Like, that would at least add a little bit more, like, okay, that makes a little bit of sense why she's mad at him again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the thing that Negan did is unforgivable. I understand that, but, I just don't get why she doesn't see more of, he understands that he was a bad person then.
Right.
He's a change now.
But that's what I'm saying, though. That's what I'm saying.
Like, if they could live a normal life and trying to move on and have a family,
Right. But that's what I'm saying, though. If they could come up with something.
Understand him more is like just beside me sometimes. Like, really?
Right. But that's what I'm saying, though. Right. If they can come up with something, I mean, and you could still do it. It's not too late, I don't think. You could still do it. If you think of something that, okay, Negan did this or Negan did that, or something. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, whatever would make sense for the story, but maybe you can. I'm just trying to think of like what could potentially work. That one's hard to say, really. But maybe Negan does something similar, and it makes her remind her of what he did to Glenn, and then that's why that stir the pot thing kind of comes back. But I mean, but you should bridge it, honestly, because just leaving it the way it is, where you go from the main show and then you go to Dead City, and then all of a sudden she's back to square one again. It makes no sense. So if you could have a flashback, if you could have a flashback, hold on. If you could have a flashback,
it really was confusing because Eli and Lorne said that they're in Virginia. I was like, huh? What do you mean they're in Virginia? That doesn't make sense. How are they in Virginia? How the fuck did, the DC communities not even know about New Babylon? So honestly, I think that was a slip-up. They're in New Jersey. I'm pretty sure the New Babylon is mainly in New Jersey and around New York.
Right.
That's what I think. I just don't believe they're in Virginia. There's no way, because that just doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Right,
It doesn't
hold
make
on.
sense. Like I said before, if it doesn't make sense for the story, don't have it in there. And this goes for any show. It could be for Dead City. It could be for
hold on.
It could be for any show. But I've said this multiple times. Like, okay, like for example, you have the new Babylon group. You get the sense like, okay, it's somewhere in between New York and New Jersey. Like, it's somewhere in that area. But then they come out and say, like, oh, it's in Virginia. And I'm like, well, to be fair, that's not how you... that makes no sense for the story. That's what I'm basically trying to say. Because it's like, well... okay, if they were really in Virginia...
All right, hold on.
Why wasn't it brought up before?
It makes no sense. And I
nothing.
Actually think that,
Mr. Heisenberg said.
How many places they can make it? Yeah, literally, I don't see where the hell they're. Maybe it's maybe away more like in the center of Virginia than towards the DC area. But then again, that's weird because it's supposed to be kind of closer to New York, right? So that doesn't make sense at all.
Okay, hold on. Mr. Eisenberg said nothing will work because he leaves at the end of the show.
Negan?
Yeah, are you meaning Negan or you? Wait, who?
Yeah, who is he referring to? Negan or someone else?
Because leaving it the way it is, where you go from the main show, they made it up, or they make up, and then you go from Dead City, and then she's bitching at him again. I feel like that you could explain something that, Negan left the show, but you could come up with something, okay? It's not impossible. Maybe he does something that pisses her off again, and that's why she's going at him again. You can explain something. It just doesn't make any sense to leave it open like it is. It doesn't, because you explain, or they solved the situation in the end of the show. You go from Dead City, and they're back at it again. The showrunner of Dead City did not watch season 11. Well, clearly not, but
no.
Here's the thing, though. But didn't Dead City jump 5 years ahead? And you're telling me you can't come up with something in between the shows? Because that's a long time. That 5 years, that's a long time. So, you could come up with something. Maybe it's not big, but, to make it make more sense. Because otherwise, like I stated, leaving it the way it is, it just doesn't make any sense. Why you go from one show to the next, and at the end of one show, they're fine and they're good, they make up and they apologize, whatever. And then you start the next show and they're fucking going at it again. It just, I feel like if you come up with something that explains, maybe Negan did something or whatever, yes, it jumped 5 years more than Daryl or the ones who live. Right, well, that's why I'm kind of bringing up, they could do something that happened in the past after the main show ended, that's why that Maggie is going at Negan again, you could do something there. Maybe it's not as significant, but with Maggie, of course, she makes it a big deal.
Yeah.
Or
and then
something.
we came to Maggie, she was like, "Oh, what are you doing here? Oh, why are you doing this?" And then Negan puts her in her place, well,
yeah, or maybe he
it's
makes
not
a
like
stupid
I'm doing
move or
this
something. Maybe
to
he
make
makes
to
a
piss you
stupid
off,
move,
like
and
something like that.
and it pisses her off or something. Maybe he makes a stupid move or something. I don't know. All I care about now is the ones who live. Fair enough. I'm just trying to come up with ideas because I feel like if you fill up those gaps, it would make things better. You know what I mean? If you give more things, more explanations on why they're what they are, it people kind of be like, okay, whatever. Because they give explanations to it of why they're being this way. I just think leaving it the way it is a little bit just... It just doesn't make any sense because, They're solved here. In this show, they're not. They're bitching at each other. They're up and down everybody's throats, and we're back to square one again. Now what? Now in season 2, we're gonna have this shit finally end? I pray to God.
It better.
Freaking better. It better be, man. Because I'm telling you, her character's on thin ice for me. It really is. I give her one more chance. Season 2, she's got one more chance. If she starts going at him again, I'm gonna be like, all right, that's it. I'm done.
Well, it's looking like that's the direction they're going because now Negan is like, you know, I guess now he's forced to like rule over New York now, you know. And,
Oh, I like this. I like this, Mr. Heisenberg. That woman needs to get a brain cell. I wish she brought up race on why I don't like her, so I could wreck her shit. I thought you were talking about Maggie. Oh shit! I thought you were talking about Maggie, but I just figured out who you were talking about. You're talking about that other chick. Damn. Oh. Hey, if you want to go at her, you go right ahead. I'm staying out of this one. I said what I said. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. So. So. What's up, Cosmo? Welcome to the stream, by the way. Negan killed people in New Babylon because people attacked his wife and child. Right.
Yeah, that was. I guess you could make the argument that that was somewhat in self-defense, considering those people went at Negan's wife.
Yeah.
Wife. So.
Yeah, I don't know. It's almost like in the end of the main show, they shouldn't have fully forgive, or something. I don't know. Or the producer of Dead City should have watched the end of the main show first, and then do Dead City, so that way then he would know that, okay, the characters they made up, what can we do in Dead City that would work, rather than just jump right into it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I do agree that the showrunner for Dead City should have watched season 11 of the Walking Dead TV show. But here's the problem. He didn't even do that. I'm not sure. Even if he did watch the finale, I do agree that maybe there are some things he could have done with Negan and Maggie better.
no, because Dan even said, and I believe him too. He said that he heard that. And he even said so himself that he's a Walking Dead super fan. So I think he did watch the finale. I don't think he just handled it as well as he could have.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be true too.
Yeah, I agree. That could be. You're probably right on that one. I saw episode 2 again. It is a good episode. Just the middle is boring.
The reason why I say I believe that he is a Walking Dead super fan because you see how he handles Negan in this show. He brings back a lot of old Negan, and you can.
Right.
I just don't see how him doing that is not showing how he just loves the show. You know, you really
That's
see
true,
like
that's
just
true.
how Negan acts in the show is just he's bringing back some classic Negan stuff. So.
I just don't think he really focused that much on Maggie's character. As much.
I feel like he did more with Negan than he did more with Maggie.
He did.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he definitely could have done that better, without a question. Maybe not be such a rivalry or something. I mean,
Yeah, like why? Yeah, like I mentioned in the past, like, oh, why bring that back? Like the rivalry between Negan and Maggie. Like, why would you continue that in Dead City when it was already established in The Walking Dead season 11 that the two characters already somewhat made up?
yeah, let's do it again. It was fun. Let's do it
I don't
again.
know. If it was me, I would have been like, well, to be fair, that was already done. Let's do something different. Like if it was me.
Except this time, Negan, you get the Lucille back, 2.0 Lucille, and you bash her brains in. Yeah. Die.
Oh my gosh.
You get what you deserve. By the way, since we're talking about that show, whoops, I didn't drop it. Look. Whoopsie doops. I mean to drop the phone, sorry. As you can expect, I have the show on DVD. So, and then of course, shitty season 7 of Fear, but we don't give a shit about that one.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
But yeah, so now I got to get Daryl Dixon. Keep your enemies close. I didn't even open it yet either. So.
Yeah, what's annoying about Daryl Dixon Blu-ray is that it's only on Blu-ray.
That's fine. I don't care about
why
that.
They did that.
I don't care about that. I get Blu-ray or DVD. Don't matter to me.
No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It was the Blu-ray is only a steelbook. It's not normal, so it's annoying. I don't know why they just it's the Blu-ray on steelbook, but apparently they did.
It's fine. It's whatever. The only thing I'll give them credit is that they added more bonus features to it. Miss Rasmer, I can't stop laughing. She could have finished because I started to yawn, try watching in the morning. Yeah. Yeah, facts. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like I said, I was more wide awake, so it didn't affect me. But I understood why you were yawning. I mean, again, made sense. It's with any show. You get some slow parts and stuff like that. It could potentially make you tired, especially if you're, running out of gas. So running out of juice. Steelbook is better. It lasts longer. Fair point. So you wanted to get in here? Spider-Man is longer is what? That doesn't. Wait, what? Spider-Man is longer a PlayStation exclusive.
I mean, it makes sense because Sony still owns the rights. I'm not sure Sony shares the rights with Marvel, but Sony.
I think they meant to say Spider-Man is no longer a PlayStation exclusive. I think that's what they meant to say. The way they worded this shit doesn't make any sense because I'm looking at it and Spider-Man is on the Switch and it's on the Xbox and it's on the Xbox controller.
Since what?
D-brand. That's why they confused me when it.
Can we talk about how No Way Home is so legendary?
No.
Yeah.
I only brought that up because of the tweet, and that was on the game. We don't give a shit about your gay ass No Way Home.
Yeah, you mean how legendary a movie it is?
No, it's not. It's not. Nobody gives a shit about that movie.
It's amazing.
No,
It's legendary.
Nah.
Look up your ass, motherfucker. It's
No.
amazing.
I ain't gonna get that DVD, motherfucker. So piss off.
It's legendary, bro. It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, up your ass.
Fucking ass, motherfucker.
You stick Tom Holland up your ass too, bitch.
You can stick your fucking shitty ass opinions up your fucking ass.
No,
Holy
more people-
damn!
I slept watching No Way Home, bitch.
Rub it up your fucking ass. It's a legendary.
Oh, there they go. They fixed their tweet. Spider-Man is no longer a PlayStation exclusive. There they go. I don't know how they didn't fucking realize that the first time they tweeted that. My God, did that idiot expect me to give every episode a 10 out of 10? Dan Reviews did. He gave episode 1 a 10 out of 10. He gave episode 2 another 10 out of 10.
For a sec, I thought you were talking about Mr. Epic Zombie Killer.
No.
Epic Zombie Killer.
We gotta talk about Brian, though. What is this on hating on ones who live, huh? And don't you deny
Yeah,
it.
who's hating on the ones who live? The ones who live.
Don't
are
you
not
deny
even
it, Brian. I don't want to hear that bullshit, because you are, alright? You're pointing out everything that you're complaining about. You're complaining about this, you're complaining about that. Like, brother, nothing's perfect. Come on now. Nothing's perfect, alright? This is entertainment. Alright, nothing's supposed to be perfect.
No Way Home is perfect.
Yeah, right. Maybe up your ass it is.
No, it's perfect, motherfucker.
No,
It's perfect.
it's not perfect, my good friend. If it was perfect, Tobey Maguire would have been more in that movie.
Oh perfect, it wouldn't be like a 6th most grossing movie of all time.
Brother, the only reason your movie even got to those numbers is because Toby and Andrew. That's the only reason. If they weren't there, your ass wouldn't have got there.
That's why it's perfect, is because they did that and it made so much money.
That don't make it good. The Flash movie is better than No Way Home.
Oh, yeah!
Oh ho ho!
A lot of the world would disagree with that shitty graphics. A lot of people hate that film. I'm not even gonna lie.
I enjoyed it more purposely because it was more entertaining.
I don't understand anyone's shitty ass fucking graphics, not sticking up your ass. No Home better.
I didn't notice that.
Come
I didn't,
come back to
brother.
me.
We saw
Even
it.
with all
We
those
saw it.
cameos, Michael Keaton's Batman and fucking
We saw it.
Christopher Reeve Superman. That movie still didn't make as much money as No Way Home.
We saw it in the EMAX version,
Oh,
brother,
yeah.
and those graphics did not bother us whatsoever.
Oh yeah. Guess what? Come back to me when it made the numbers that No Way Home did. I'll wait. Even with all those cameos, even Michael Keaton fucking Batman, it still didn't make those fucking numbers. So shut up.
That's because of what's his name as the Flash that ruined it. That's why.
Oh no excuses, because it's supposed to be better than No Way Home, right? Then why did it make those numbers, huh? Even with all those cameos, even with all those crossover characters, huh?
I'll tell you this, mister. A movie doesn't need to get those numbers to be better. Period.
It sure says a lot about it, I'll tell you what. Because every movie in the top 10 most grossing movies of all time is a great fucking film, okay? It's a movie that everybody talks about in the world. You got Endgame on that list. You got Force Awakens. You got fucking...
And I'm going to tell you this right now. I enjoyed Endgame a hell of a lot more than No Way Home.
It made more money. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was more enjoyable than freaking No Way Home as well. Because it had better characters.
It's on that same level.
No, it's better in every way.
It's on that same level, but...
No. Yeah, and that's why Avatar can keep kicking your ass too, by the way.
The movie was just
Even
waste
Avatar
of time.
2 was a decent movie.
Yeah, decent. Thank you. Decent.
No,
Yeah, it was a decent
no,
movie.
it
You don't
was
see
it was
me
a
hating
good
on it. It was a
movie.
decent movie.
Period. You're just sad. You're just mad because
Avatar 2 was a kind of a waste of my time.
yeah, well, that's what I feel about No Way Home, mister. So there you
Yeah,
go.
but there's not a single scene in that movie that's boring.
Yeah,
Plenty of
right.
scenes in Avatar.
Yeah,
It to be
right.
over 3 fucking hours.
Yeah, right. And that's why Avatar and Avatar 2 whooped your ass in both.
Yeah, but the only reason why it made those numbers is because of how long it's been taken to make it. It was the most anticipated movie in the world for 10 years.
Brother, if the first
I
one,
guarantee.
if the first
I'll
one,
make you a $50 bet that it does not make those numbers ever again because it's going to be made here in the next 2 years. The only reason why
I'm gonna bet your ass.
is because of how long it took to make it. I'll bet you $50 fucking it doesn't even make it.
I will bet you right now. I will bet you $50. And you know what? I'll even go a step further. I'll bet you $100 that third movie will whoop your ass, No Way Home, up the ass again, and it will.
Sure.
And I'm gonna laugh my ass off when it passes it with no problem. By the way, no problem whatsoever, and it will.
Dude, I'll bet you $100 fucking for that shit, man.
Then the deal's on. Then
Okay, bet. Deal on. Virtually
Deal's
shake
on.
hands.
deal is on, brother, and I'm gonna laugh when it doesn't. It's gonna be hysterical.
Well, the only reason why I made those numbers is because of how anticipated it was, bro.
It was gonna make those numbers regardless. Deadwalker.
That's why GTA 6 is gonna probably be the most selling video
Deadwalker.
game of all time.
It was
But guess
gonna.
what?
It was
is
gonna.
Is it gonna actually be that good? Who knows?
Deadwalker. It was gonna make those numbers regardless, brother. If the first movie kicked ass, and a lot of people loved it the way they did, then no shit that the second one was gonna do just nearly just as good.
That doesn't always happen because you look at the top 10 lists. You know.
And your No Way Home, and your No Way Home is gonna be kicked out of that top 10 list.
It made more money than Infinity War, and how it was also
You're-
on the same list as Infinity War. Infinity War was so anticipated because it was all these characters were in the same movie.
Deadwalker ruins the stream because he brings up No Way shit. Yeah. I'll get you. I'll bring you into this call, Mr. Heisenberg. Give me a second. Hold on.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready for this shit.
Oh gee. Oh look at him. Look at him. What a son of a bitch he is.
Oh, sugar, we're getting Mr. Heisenberg into this.
Wait, is it this one? Incredible Batman Justice, right? That one, right? You still you? I hope that's you, because I don't know about you in Discord anymore. So.
And you want to say anything about Across the Spider-Verse? They're saying that Tom Holland's actually going to be in Beyond the Spider-Verse. He's going to be a big part of that film. So I'm going to laugh in your face when he's actually in Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I ain't gonna watch it.
The reason why he didn't show him.
Oh well, that's what we're in.
Spider-Verse is because they're setting him up to be in Beyond the Spider-Verse. That's what they're saying.
That's what we're in, because that's one of the only things that work. That's why we got to use Discord or Instagram, because I don't think Walker Dad. I don't think you have an iPhone, do you?
No, I mean I got like a Samsung. The phone I got.
You don't gotta explain any more than that.
I still got Insta.
All you gotta say is no. You don't need to tell me what phone you have. If you just say no, that's all I need.
I mean, it's true. I do. I do have the type of phone, but however, I don't have an iPhone. But no. To answer your question, no.
You got somebody on the party. Johnny, that's gonna be.
What?
Johnny.
What do you want?
And
Who give a shit about your fucking No Way Home? This is a Walking Dead stream. Nobody cares.
You mean legendary film?
No, it's not legendary, brother. Maybe in your opinion it is.
Legendary.
I think Walker Dead would. I think Walker Dead would disagree with you on that one.
To be fair, guys, I mean, No Way Home, I'm not gonna lie, No Way Home, similar to Avatar 2, is indeed a decent movie, but you don't see me going on YouTube and be like, oh my god, this is amazing, 11.5/10 out of 10. You don't see me doing something dumb like that. I'm like Epic Zombie Killer. He'll probably be like, oh, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I do agree with the fact. I'm not hating on No Way Home. I do agree with the fact that it is indeed a decent movie, and it is a movie I would rewatch every once in a while. Similar to Avatar 2. That's a movie I would watch every once in a while. That's it. Plain and simple.
See, I don't hate on Avatar 2. I still think it was a good movie. It just didn't have to be that long. They really could have trimmed it. It didn't have to be that fucking long. There had to be so many times people swimming in the water for no reason.
Let me ask you this, Deadwalker. So if they were to do Avatar 3, which they are, do you think that Avatar 3 should be 2 hours and 30-something minutes long?
The length of the first film they should have just stuck with the same length of the first film. That's what I think, right? Because the first film, I actually thought was more enjoyable.
Epic Zombie Killer would do that with Zopia too. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. What's his? Wait.
Like Toby and Andrew are supposed to make appearances as Spider-Man 4, so let's go.
Nobody cares.
I care. Plenty of people in the world care.
Nah, I don't think they give a shit anymore either. Why do you think they keep getting L's?
L's? What do you mean L's? Look how much money that movie made.
They keep getting L's and L's as we go, brother. That's why their movies are failing. Because nobody cares. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about your No Way Home either.
Go off topic here, but there's a possibility Avengers 5 might not be titled King Dynasty now because of what happened with.
It's not going to be. I think they might be just switching it to Doctor Doom, but I don't know.
All right, I added you, Devon.
That whole thing really just irritated me because I actually really liked the direction they're going with Kang. It was, I really was. They were setting up something pretty cool with Kang and the whole, multiverse saga, but fucking the idiot's a fucking criminal.
Yeah, apparently, the actor that played Kane, Jonathan Majors,
Zimmer.
apparently he assaulted his girlfriend or his
It's not
ex-girlfriend.
apparent. It's not apparently. It's actually he got charged for it. He's guilty of it. So yeah. Guess what?
Right.
They're saying that Coleman Domingo might replace him as Kang.
That'd be great.
That would actually be great. But you'll probably piss off Johnny because this guy's so stranded or where he goes now.
I mean, to be fair, I mean, if Coleman Domingo is to play like a different version of Kane the Conqueror,
On Instagram. I added you on
that's fine,
Instagram.
because it's a villain. He's playing a villain.
You said Instagram, right? So that's what I did. Right here, right?
That's right. I'm ready to go to battle with Mr. Heisenberg over No Way Home. Ready.
Oh my gosh.
I don't give a shit about that movie, brother. You just need to let it go.
I refuse to watch The Flash because it's just I've not heard good things about that film.
Oh, but yet you'll frickin' sit here and waste your goddamn time on watching bullshit, huh?
What'd you say? What'd you say, Walker did?
To be honest here,
Unreal.
I'm not gonna lie. The Flash film kind of sucked. I'm not gonna lie. It did kind of suck.
See, you suck it, buddy.
I don't care. I didn't like
I'm
it.
like,
I mean,
sure, I
it
do agree
was
with
an
the fact
okay
that
movie.
The Flash movie could have been better, but here's the problem: it wasn't any good.
I see some of the CGI scenes. I'm like, God, that's fucking horrible, man.
Yeah, with the like CGI from the early 2000s, I'm like, dude, what the heck is this shit I'm seeing in the big screen? I don't want to be seeing this bad CGI. I want to see realistic CGI.
And on top of that, I don't want to see I almost said it. I don't want to see.
Yeah.
I almost said it. Oh,
Look at you go.
but no, I don't want to see I don't want to see some fucking F word as Flash. Okay, Ezra Miller's a criminal and he's a freaking.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You said Instagram. You said I call on Instagram. Okay. Well,
Yeah, not to go off topic.
I don't know what to call you on that. I don't know how to get you in this thing because you don't got that or this, then it ain't gonna work.
Off Christopher Reeve's family because they used his.
So you might have to
they used,
install
like
one of those
AI to
back.
recreate his face and shit like that. And they were pissed off that they did that without their consent.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, I'm like, okay, if you're gonna do like a cameo with Supergirl, just have it be with Supergirl. Like, don't bring back Christopher Reeve's Superman, especially since we know the actor is no longer here today. So if you're gonna do like another cameo, just do it with Supergirl.
Family apparently was really pissed off about
Instagram.
that. They did that without their
Instagram?
consent
Is that what you
because it's like.
Instagram? I don't even know what the hell
Christopher
that
Reeve
is.
fucking fell off a horse.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, that's how he died in real life. He fell off a horse and
No, well, he after that he began dying because he became paralyzed from like the neck down. That kind of one big reason why he died.
yeah, he got paralyzed, and that's why I say he was only dying because of it, which was unfortunate. But I mean, it was sad. I'm not denying that, but that's not that's not what I'm upset about. One of the biggest problems I have with the Flash film, I'm like, okay, you're doing a cameo with the original Supergirl. I'm like, okay, that's fine, but doing it with a Superman, mind you, the actor is no longer with us today. That's kind of, in my opinion, like you say, disrespectful, and I don't like that.
What's more worth a watch? Well, what's more worth a watch?
Well, that's the one that I added you on.
Flash movie
Instagram.
is because like the whole like Flash movies, like like timeline multiverse a little bit. What's actually more worth a watch is the Crisis on Infinite Earths event the CW did. That was actually really good.
So you might have to give us a
That's
follow
it.
again on your
Episode,
Instagram account if you got a different
Right.
account. But that's what I did. I added you on Instagram. Now, if that's not your account anymore, or if that's your old account, then you got to give us your new one.
No, where you go? So,
Otherwise, I don't see how
Yeah.
it's gonna work.
I mean, Mr. Heisenberg, I mean, if he has like a new account, all he really has to do is follow you on Instagram. That's all he really has to do.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's not hard. You just gotta log
Yeah,
in.
it's not difficult.
It's either that or figure out what your password is for your previous one. Either way.
But yeah, the Flash movie, like, just to end this off here, like, the Flash movie, it kind of sucked. Them using Christopher Lee, like a CGI Superman with Christopher Lee's face, I did not like that. That in my, like you said, that's disrespectful, and I agree that is really disrespectful. And Ezra Miller as the Flash, I did not like his Flash at all. And the actor in real life can go rot in jail, and I don't really care. If I was to become an actor one day in the future, I would not work with Ezra Miller. You want to know why? Because he's a criminal, and I don't respect that.
My friend was telling me that, like, the Flash movie, he said he will say that Ezra Miller, he's kind of what kept the movie afloat for, like, the last 30 minutes, but he said that, so Michael Keaton was cool, but he said that he said he gets where they're going with the whole evil Barry thing, but he said it wasn't really anything interesting, it just kind of was, nah. And, you know, he said it was just not a good film, he just didn't like it. You know?
What is your account name? Because I'm not seeing it.
Right. I mean, if they didn't like it, I can see why. It's like, well, it's not anything new. It's something we've already seen before. So, to be fair, it's not really anything new.
Oh, there you go. Now I got you.
Something new. If they really want to do something new, this is how you do it. You introduce a new villain, and you have it like you know, an original villain, like a villain that has not been in the comics at all. You do an original villain. Now that's how you come up with a fresh story and something different. You know what I mean?
They could have done a Reverse Flash. And they could have done
Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash is actually the whole. If you read the comics, Reverse Flash is made going Flashpoint. So
Yeah, I know.
I don't know why they didn't do that. I don't know why they didn't do that, but whatever.
Yeah, I know the Flashpoint.
Oh, that must be a different. Oh, wait, hold on.
It's really sad that it's really sad that the CW show did better with Flashpoint than the fucking movie.
I wasn't a big fan of the whole Flashpoint the CW show either, because I'm like, okay, in the comic, and I have read this.
Okay, that's my other account.
Comic where he goes back in time, he saves his mom, but all these events happen differently, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually interesting, and that's what I liked about the Flashpoint comic event, because you had, like, you know, these different what if scenarios, but it's Flashpoint. But we don't really get much of that in the CW Flash show.
Yeah, but in the CW, they can only do so much because they don't have the rights to Batman. They don't have the rights to this. They only do so much. And that's, right. But there's a reason why Season 3 is why they regarded it the best season of Flash. I think Season 3
All right, you see it now?
Okay. And then, because Season 3 after that is when it starts actually plummeting. Because Season 4 was
Reply back. I added you to the group chat.
Yeah, see, I do agree. Season 4A was okay. Season 4B could have been better. And then Season 5, 6, 7, I even said this to Ray. I'm like, dude, what the heck am I watching?
I had an absolute horrible, and that final episode of The Flash is just putrid and just such a disgrace to Flash. That was a horrible episode.
Yeah, I didn't like the final episode for the CW's Flash show. I'm like, sure, it could have been better. I'm not denying that, but it could have been so much better, you know? Like,
I added you to that.
The fact that they couldn't even get Cisco
Respond back.
for, like, the final scene of the show, especially, like, for
why is it so hard to have this dude do in the group chat?
I don't know why. Because he apparently didn't follow me on. Apparently that wasn't his actual account, or if it was, I have no idea. Don't even question me on that one. But he followed me on a different account that only has 10 followers. So apparently this one's the real one, I guess.
I gotta head out here soon.
Yeah, but
Yeah, so get your ass on here. I got your ass on the group chat now. Alright, so we're going to end this call real quick, and then we're going to join back in that Instagram one, alright?
Okay.
So, and he should be able to join, so I got him in here, so.
Okay.
So, alright. See you guys in that call. Yo yo.
Hello.
Yo yo. I don't know. You gonna join or what? You can join right now. I added your account in there. Yes, I have 2 Instagram accounts. Don't ask. When are you gonna get that new phone? Because you can't. I'm trying to find the link. Well, just go to the group thing, and you'll see the join button. Yeah, I got you in here. So
Yeah, I agree with you, Deadwalker, that the final episode with Flash Show, the CW Flash Show, could have been better. But they could, the fact that they couldn't even get back, like, you know, bring in Cisco for like one of the final scenes. I'm like, dude. Because, yeah, they didn't even bring back Cisco. I'm like, how are you not going to bring back Cisco?
did you get in it?
Just the whole, you know, the whole,
Come on, Mr. Heisenberg. Let's go.
yeah, join in.
Yeah, you better do it right now because my iPad's at 10%. I don't have much battery left.
Yeah, if you're going to do it right now, Mr. Heisenberg, now's the time. But yeah, the CW Flash Show, you'll say what the fuck. Like, especially, like, you know, season 5, 6, 7, I'm like, what the heck am I watching? Like, come on now.
Makes me with this debate.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was gonna be this complicated.
Come on here. Yeah, come on, Mr. Heisenberg, join in.
Brother, they're making me food as well. I'm not gonna sit here and go forever. Besides, this is a Thursday stream. It wasn't even supposed to be talking about No Way Home. So I added you to it, so I don't know. It's called the Walking Dead discussion. I don't know where you're not seeing it. I mean, unless if you have it in a request or something. It's called Walking Dead discussion. Capital T, capital W, capital D, and then space, and then discussion with a capital D.
Sorry about that.
I mean, I can remove and then re-invite you. Remove, and then I'll re-invite you again. There you are. I'm gonna add you again, so hopefully then the thing pops up. There you are. Added you again. So hopefully that got your attention.
Because I gotta wait for fucking.
Yeah, he's got to leave here in a second. And again, I've been already going for an hour and 30 minutes, so
Martial arts at 6 o'clock.
we did our Thursday's discussion pretty much. I wanted to do this earlier because I have some other streams I want to do. That's why I did this earlier. So because I wasn't able to do those streams last night, so I'm trying to keep the grind going.
He's afraid to face me.
Yeah. He's afraid. Oh no. Well, that'd be only pissing him off.
I mean, we're just joking. It's not like we're actually being serious.
Seen 5 minutes ago. I mean, you seen my message, so I don't know, like, I don't know, like, what more I can do here for you.
I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't know why this is. Well, now it says 3 active. You lost it? Oh my goodness. Jesus. Come on. Let me get that one. Oh shit. Let me try it again. Alright, I added you again. I removed and then added. So hopefully it'll pop up on your thing. I mean, if you see the request tab, hit that because there might be hidden request. It might be under that. Hit that. You know what I mean? Oh, did you? Oh, you finally got it. There you are.
He's in here, yeah. What's
Good.
There you go. What's up, Mr. Ironberg?
What's up, weirdos?
Damn.
No Way Home is trash.
No, wait, no, I showed up your ass. No Way Home is legendary, bro. Look at the numbers that it made.
The Flash movie made me bawl my eyes out, but No Way Home did not.
Yeah, well, yeah. The reason why I'm not watching the Flash movie because it's got it's horrible CGI, horrible story. I'm a criminal as the main character, and horrible ending, and just a overall horrible.
No,
movie.
the best part of that movie is Michael Keaton is fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, that's the thing it's got going for him. Everything else sucks with it because they didn't even know how to complete a movie, because of the CGI and shit.
The CGI, I'll give you that one. I'll give you the CGI.
It's not legendary like No Way Home, where everything.
Nah, the CGI was kind of lacking. I'll give you that one.
Legendary like No Way Home.
Yeah, when they brought back freaking. And when they brought back the dead Superman actors without their permission.
Yeah, that was terrible, bro. I didn't like that. Yeah, I don't blame the fucking family for being pissed off about that. Yeah, No Way Home.
Even though I did.
That.
Oh my God, I could see Sony doing that in a fucking heartbeat.
It's the No Way Home. It wins.
All right. Man, and plus, did you hear what I heard? That they're trying to bring back they're going to start CGI and Stan Lee in? I heard that a couple years ago.
Yeah.
They haven't done it yet, but
No Way Home would never do that.
That's
an MCU trash, garbage, popcorn film for dumb film goers.
no.
I don't know.
Ooh.
The MCU knows their audience. They know their audience are fucking brain dead. A lot of times watching the movie, their brain shut off.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The ones who live, that's what I want to talk about. That hater, I'm laughing at that person.
I know.
Which
right?
hater are you talking about?
That person said, "Oh, I couldn't finish this because he started yawning." I was watching at 3 a.m. No fucking shit, I was yawning.
What was that about, anyways? Like, what? I was kind of confused at what you guys were talking about. Mention that. What is that even all about? What?
If you watch the reaction, you can hear yourself. When they're in that building, you can see me. I start yawning. I start closing my eyes. Stuff like that.
And then I think you did make a few comments, like saying that it started getting boring or something like that.
I did say, yeah. I said it fucking more than once. I said this episode is starting to get a little boring, which it was.
And then apparently that made her freaking lose her shit. Man, this is a tough watch because the guy over there in the shorts freaking keeps on bitching about and complaining about how boring it is.
I didn't complain. I just said a couple times, I said, dang, I'm starting to get kind of bored. My God, if you want to see me hate on an episode, go watch My Fear. You'll hear me bitch.
AMC shit show, aka Fear to Walk in Morgan, was a terrible show, and we don't talk about that no more.
Yeah.
People got mad. I mean, if you got mad because I didn't love this episode of The Ones Who Live, did some of these idiots expect me to give every episode of The Ones Who Live a 10 out of 10?
Right.
Like Mr. Epic Zombie Killer.
I'll give this episode a 7. I don't know what's the big deal about it.
Or
I gave the episode an 8/10 out of 10. And you don't see me going on YouTube and be like, "Oh, this episode was amazing."
I give it an 8. I get why people don't like it. I think at the end of the day, it's probably going to be the worst episode of the series, but I don't think it's
A 7 doesn't mean I didn't like it. A 7 out of 10 means I really liked it.
Storm. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, 10 or 8.8. Dan was the one that gave it a 10. He's the one that's like,
I don't see how you can give it a 10. But that's just me.
he just
It's
didn't
episode
see
of 10 out of 10.
he didn't see any flaws.
I'm not gonna hate on him for giving it a 10. I'm not, but
No, I mean
I
that's
can't
the
give it
reason
a
why a lot of people were
10
surprised he
or
gave
an
it a 10 too.
I mean,
but
I could probably give it an 8 in my rewatch. I liked it a little better, but I was still bored out of my mind a little bit. I was still slightly bored.
I gave the first episode a 10 out of 10.
I did that one too.
yeah,
I gave the first episode a 9.
I respect Dan's way of rating because, and he explained why too, because a bunch of people were asking him, Dan, how are you giving him a 10 out of 10? You know, how is this episode a 10 out of 10? And Dan goes, the reason why I'm giving this episode a 10 out of 10, he says, because I didn't have any flaws with it. I didn't have any problems with it. He says, so it's a 10 out of 10. I enjoyed the episode.
Like I say,
Was
the
it
flaws
slow?
I have are very
Sure.
minimal.
But-
They're very minimal.
Yeah.
More like nitpicking in a way. I'm not gonna say it's. They're more nitpicks, but they're very minimal. They're not a lot of nitpicks. They're not a lot of issues.
Right.
I feel like the middle portion is a little just. They're in that building. Nothing really is going on. I got a little tired. That's all I'm gonna say. That's pretty much it.
Right.
And when Rick came back, when Rick was in the screen again, I woke right back up and I wasn't tired the rest of the time.
I agree with you. That's when that episode got peak.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And then the Jaded scene, that was fire. That shit was fire. What the
Yeah, where she
fuck
said,
are you
Everybody
doing?
knew it was Jadis.
Yeah, what the fuck are you
and she's
doing,
gonna,
Rick?
and she's gonna blow up Alexandria at the end in episode
Yeah.
6.
What the fuck are you doing, Rick?
And she's gonna blow up Alexandria. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it.
That shit was great. That shit was great. Oh man.
Watch Alexandria burn. I'm kind of excited for that. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh no, because
I like bad things happening to characters I like. I really do.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
But
I've been that way since I was a kid.
everybody has that dark taste.
Dude.
Oh yeah, especially like my favorite moment in the comics is watching Rick's hand chopped off. Ooh yeah, that's my favorite Rick moment.
The reason why like Kirkman's writing just kind of rules over everything is because some stuff like that happens. Just these unexpected moments that really just shaped the characters. Like it really just shaped what the governor was all about. Like I'm not fucking around. I'm gonna show you how much I'm not fucking around. I'm gonna cut your fucking hand off just out of nowhere. Bam.
I get why the show didn't do that, because I mean, imagine the budget. You have to CG the hand off every time.
Yeah, he would have a hard time just walking around with.
Yeah.
We would just walking around act like he didn't have a hand for the entire fucking time he was on the show. Nah, man, that wouldn't have worked out.
And you would have to CGI it off.
Right.
Will cost them a fortune. If
That's what I'm saying.
if HBO is owned by, if HBO did The Walking Dead, I don't know if they would have done it.
Yeah, but that's what HBO said when they offered it to him. No. HBO said no.
If HBO was owned, if HBO did The Walking Dead, we would have seen a more brutal, more accurate adaptation of The Walking Dead.
Frank Darabont asked HBO first, and they said no.
Yeah, they didn't want it.
They said nobody's gonna watch a zombie show. That's what they said. HBO said that. Yeah, no one's gonna watch a zombie show.
You know, it's not like a zombie show. Nah, not totally. Yeah.
That's what they said. All I'm getting is what they said. Stupid. And plus, this was before they did big, epic shows. They didn't even do Game of Thrones till after. Game of Thrones was after. That came out 2011.
Right.
They were up in like 2006 or 7.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they had their opportunity and they turned it down. And they could have
They
had
said
it.
no.
They could have had it. And I'm sure they would have gave it to them too. And they probably wouldn't have had to bleep out all these swear words and everything like that either.
I mean, they have a lot of more other shows now. But they can show titties and stuff. Yeah. On HBO.
Yeah. Right.
I like it.
The truth is, though, we would not have gotten Andrew Lincoln as Rick Grimes. Probably.
And they probably would have gotten an American actor.
Probably. Hard to really
Andrew
say.
Lincoln is Rick Grimes. I don't want to hear nobody else.
He is Rick Grimes. No one can play Rick Grimes. Andrew Lincoln.
I totally agree. Just like nobody can play Negan than Jeffrey D. Morgan. I'm sorry. I don't see nobody else being the Walking Dead characters than the AMC.
I'll disagree with Walker Dead after that. I could see Bruce Campbell playing Negan. I could see him doing it.
Bruce Campbell would have been the perfect.
I mean, I don't know if you would have done it back then, but I kind of disagree because I'm like, well, you look at JDM and you're like, well, he plays Negan so good. I mean, look at Dead City, for example. He played Dead City.
He does a good job, but I could still see Bruce Campbell playing Negan.
Right. I mean, if that's your opinion, of course I'm going to respect that opinion. I mean, maybe back then you could have. I don't know. We'll never know.
John Hamm would have been a good Negan. He looks like Negan.
John Hamm would have been fine too.
But no, I think that Bruce Campbell, that would have perfect. Ash from Evil Dead. He's so fucking funny. It's just Jeffrey D. Morgan. He would have been better Negan back whenever he was in Supernatural because he actually looked more like Negan. He actually had the body type for Negan. By the time that he came around as Negan, he was skinny, he was scrawnier, he looked too old. It's just it didn't.
I just can't believe some of these idiots bringing up how they think I hate the episode because I don't like Michonne. And I say, I've never said I don't like her.
Right.
She just ain't my favorite character, and she ain't even on top. I like Negan more, Daryl more, Carol more. She's better than Maggie, I'll give her that. But that's the only thing that's out of the main cast, the only one I'll give her. She's better than Maggie.
Right.
Look at me, he telling me, he's Michonne. That's me, I like it. Man, I really did wish you brought up race, and I would have wrecked her on that one. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Has nothing to do with race.
Don't.
It wasn't that interesting. We want to see the CRM, and we only got the CRM in 20% of the episode.
Right.
The best part of the episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I will say it was interesting seeing like a new take on a community. Like it's like a moving community. They constantly move.
Yeah, but they should have focused on that more than they did.
Yeah, like it's interesting that you got like a community that constantly moves. They're like a moving caravan community. That's fascinating, because they live and they move.
I would have rather focused on that community than fucking focusing on those fucking idiots. And I call them those two idiots, and then that fucking short guy that died in the same fucking episode he was introduced in.
I thought Nell was actually a decent character.
That's why I say he was decent, but he died. He died about 40% in the episode.
Right.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you gotta think about it, though. Where could he have fit in the future of the story? Like, I just think the reason why they did that is because...
But you focus so much on him just to fucking kill him off.
Right. Yeah, you
This was stuff like that. I feel like Oakenfour, I got why he died. And he was at least they were setting him up as he could have possibly became a villain.
Yeah, Okafor had probably some... I don't know why they killed him off, but...
I don't get that one either.
Nat had only one purpose, and that was to get Michonne there, and to get Michonne...
Which they did.
And that was just the only purpose he had. That's why they killed him off.
Why did they introduce those other two fucking characters? They added nothing to the episode.
No, not really.
The fucking cowboy and that girl. They added nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I will admit they were okay. However, I do agree that they should have played a bigger role before they died. But that's just me.
Yeah,
Yeah. Agreed.
that's why I can't give this episode a fucking 10. I really can't, because of these small issues I have with it.
Right. But episode 3 might.
I don't know.
We're supposed to have the flashbacks to when Rick first got there, his first few years there.
Right.
And episode 3 is going to deal more with Jadis as well. So,
Yeah, and Rick and Michonne just kind of like, trying to get away or whatever. And
I don't think they're going to try to get away till episode 6. 5 or 6.
no, I'd say towards the end of 3 or 4. Towards the end of
Jadis
3 or
turned
4.
though. I don't think Rick's going to fucking danger his daughter because fucking Jadis threatened his child.
Unless Rick finds a way to kill Jadis, then that's a different story. Because think about it. I'm like, sure, even if Rick and Michonne try to leave the CRM, there's no denying the fact that Jadis still knows about Alexandria. There's no denying the fact that she knows, and him and his family won't be safe unless he.
You guys
does
want to hear
something.
spoilers? That's one of your spoilers that I heard about episode 6.
I told you about that. I'm not even sure.
No, here's another one. I didn't say about that one. I hear Rick thinks he kills Jadis.
I can see that. And then what?
And he escapes. And I hear there's 2 splits. I hear either one, they make it there, and everything's fine. He meets up with his daughter and stuff, but then at the end you find out that Jadis is alive. That's the one I heard. Then the one Deadwalker I heard is where they blow up
Where'd you hear that?
Alexandria. I've read it on Twitter and a couple other places.
Because there was this guy that said, apparently, like, one of them is that, like, because I think a good way for it to, this is how I would end it personally. I would have it to where they think they killed Jadis, or Rick thinks he killed Jadis, so there's no traceable evidence that Rick and Michonne were ever there. There's nobody that can ever find out about Alexandria or whatever. And so they get away, reunion, happy, joy, and then it's revealed that Jadis is actually alive. And then
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one I heard. But the other one I heard is the one you said, is where she blows up Alexandria before they even make it there.
I would hate that so much.
That would be a dark one, too. That
That would be
the
stupid, in my
darkest
opinion.
fucking one. That would be the darkest one.
That would be, yeah.
It would be dark, but then again, it would raise some questions. Like, say the CRM does bomb Alexandria. Okay, they bomb Alexandria. Where's Judith? Where's Carol? What's going on? Where's everybody else?
No, we know where Carol is. She'll be going off to France.
Yeah, so we wouldn't be worried about her character.
True, but I'm talking about everyone else too, like Judith, RJ,
The only thing that makes me think they won't do that one is during Daryl Dixon, season 1, episode 5, where she says, "It came back." Carol says, "It came back." Who is it?
Or unless she meant to say they came back, meaning Rick and
I heard
Michonne.
it. I heard it.
She
Very
said it.
clearly, I heard it.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like because of the whole static thing. So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
It seemed like she said ick, but to me, I'm like, because of the whole, it makes it sound like she said ick because of the whole static thing. But I'm like, I think she really meant to say they, like they came back. Meaning,
even if she said Rick, people would know when they said Rick. Most likely, Michonne was with them. So it's either Rick came back
or Michonne came back.
Both of them came back. It's probably the most likely option.
Yeah, either one of them came back, like Rick or Michonne, or both of them came back. Because I do believe Carol meant to say they came back. I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later.
I'll talk to you later. I'm leaving I'll leave in about a couple minutes either.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave in the next 2 minutes anyway. Because unfortunately for me, I got some things to do.
Right.
I gotta eat dinner. Season 2 though is apparently I believe we're gonna get a season 2.
I don't know. Yeah, like apparently on Instagram, they're like saying like, oh, there's a rumor that the show could get a second season. I'm like, okay, if it's gonna get a second season, why not confirm it right away? Like, why not have Gimple straight up go on Twitter and be like, oh, guess what, guys? The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live is gonna get like a season 2. Like, why not do something like that?
This is the best Walking Dead ratings ever had since fucking season 7.
Season 7A? Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I think this is the best rated. Like, the ratings have been high for The Ones Who Live on AMC Plus.
Yeah.
It's funny because with Dead City, it's like, I'm like, okay, you see the ratings for Dead City, it's like, okay. However, you see the ratings for The Ones Who Live, and you're like, oh, wow, these ratings are high.
Daryl Dixon, though,
that one was good too.
The most watched show on AMC Plus. Then it went to at first it was Dead City, then Daryl Dixon. Now it's The Ones Who Live.
Right.
Daryl Dixon season 2, I don't think it's going to be The Ones Who Live because this show brought people that left after season 7 to come back.
Well, I think it might go up a little bit just because of Carol being there.
Nah, the Ones Who Live is still going to beat out because it brought.
Well, yeah,
people
no,
back
I didn't say
years
Daryl
ago.
Dixon season 2 is going to beat it. I just said I think it will increase a little bit. I said it will probably increase a little bit, but it's not going to beat The Ones Who Live.
I really don't care about ratings on television anymore.
Well, no,
Because it means
they don't
almost
really matter
shit
anymore
because
anyway.
of AMC Plus.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I mean, they don't. Not really. Because...
And people are telling me the fear ratings. I said, why do I give a shit? Yeah, I don't care about AMC Plus. What the fuck? TV ratings means nothing.
Right.
I'm going to let you guys go. I just wanted to talk some smack because he was starting to get on my nerves. He just brought up No Way Home out of nowhere. I'm like...
He was pissing me off, too. I was like, bitch, shut up.
I don't want to talk about No Way Trash.
I mean, to be fair, No Way Home wasn't the topic. The Walking Dead, The Ones Who Live was the
That's
true
what I'm
topic.
saying.
Right.
I was trying to get off that one, but he kept going and going. I was like, all right, I'll bring up some stuff. How I slept through No Way Home. I literally fell asleep. He brings it up all the time, thinking he's going to always beat me. I'm like, I'm getting in fights all the time, even people at work. They go, this is the greatest movie. Like, I don't know what you've been smoking. Greatest movie ever made, my ass.
No, Guardians
It's
3...
in the top 10. Every movie in the top 10 means it's amazing. And I said, no, it doesn't mean that. The Force Awakens is in the top 10, and that movie sucks.
Right.
I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't great. I will admit that. It was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just an okay movie.
Deadwalker, when he said every top 10 movie is amazing, and I said, and he said The Force Awakens. I said, you think that's amazing?
You're on something then if you think that.
And he said Endgame. I can't stand Endgame.
I mean, to be fair, Avengers Endgame wasn't as good as Infinity War. With Infinity War, that was a pretty awesome movie. With Endgame, the whole plot was time travel. I'm like, dude, okay, if you're gonna time travel, why not time travel? Like, why not time travel to Wakanda? But moments before Thanos did the snap. That's how you do time travel.
I got a better Avengers movie. Age of Ultron. I love that movie.
Yeah, Age of Ultron was actually pretty good. Infinity War, pretty good. But when it comes down to Endgame, I had some issues with it. I'm like, dude, what the heck is going on? Why are you going back to
the Guardian movies are better than No Way Home.
When that's not necessary. Just go back to Wakanda 2018 and go back, like, go to the area moments before Thanos did the snap, and then boom, problem solved.
The Guardian movies. The Guardian movies.
Or go back to the time when Thanos was born, put a bullet and shoot him as a baby.
Well,
stop all of it.
They could if they knew which planet and which time period, but then again, they knew nothing about Thanos.
The Guardian movies were better than No Way Home. Yeah.
Huh?
The Guardian movies were better than No Way Home. Yeah.
Especially Guardians 3, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Now that's a good movie.
Damn straight.
Superman from Freaking Batman '89 is better than No Way Home.
Even Man of Steel 2013 is a better movie than you know.
Oh, you know what? Oh, Man of Steel.
Man of Steel 2013, that was a good movie.
I like that movie. I don't love it because I'm a Superman fan, and that movie freaking made him kill somebody. I don't like that. That one choice.
Don't know if you guys know, but they retconned the years in episode 2. Mr. Blob said. Mr. Blob. Mr. Blob. Mr. Blob said they retconned episode 2.
What's he talking about? They retconned episode.
They retconned the years. They retconned the years in episode 2.
Yeah, they did.
Why would they do that?
Mm.
If that's truly the case, then the question remains, why would they do that?
You know how long she was in that building, though? She was in that building a year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
She was in that one building for a whole year.
Yeah.
Right.
The Ones Who Live, I think it's a good show.
Yeah.
I just can't handle that dumb idiot person. So I'm thinking, I can't quit saying it. She literally sounds like an idiot.
Yeah, was the random person that came at you?
No, what was that on? Was that on Twitter?
No, that's on YouTube.
Was it on that reaction?
On the comment section. Just go to the comment section on that stream. You'll see it.
That's what I was doing. Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to see it.
I'm gonna read it. I'm reading it again.
It's black. It's the black chick emojis or the profile.
I'll figure out what's that.
That's what made me think that she was going at you about race because, you know, the profile pic. Nah.
Well, to be fair, we're entering in a new age where it's like, well, who cares about race? In my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll read it for you. Well, watch. I couldn't continue because the guy in shorts didn't give the episode a chance. All the more reasons to turn it off. This is a show about Rick and Michonne. I'm just saying. And a heart emoji. Oh my god. This person sounds like straight up moron. I didn't give the episode a chance. I did.
Yeah, you were. I remember that stream. You were in the stream with Raze. That stream where you and Raze were reacting to season 1, episode 2 of One to Live? You were in that stream with him. So how the heck did that person be like, oh, you didn't give the episode a chance when you were there in the stream watching the episode?
She's saying I was hating on the episode before it even came out. And I said, dang, I gave the episode a 7. I was that in on the episode.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would give it a fucking 2 then. To be honest with you, I was hating on it.
In my opinion, Daryl Dixon was boring.
Yeah, you're right. If you were really
I respect that, but I disagree.
Give it a 2 rating.
Do
Like a 7.5 or 7/10 rating.
you guys agree with that? Daryl Dixon being boring? You guys agree with that?
Just because I said the episode was boring?
No.
It was kind of boring. That was it.
Mr. Blob.
Boring, but you don't see me complaining about it.
Mr. Blob said.
After I watched it.
Mr. Blob.
Sure, towards the middle of the episode, things did get a little boring, but you don't see me complaining about it.
Just because when I'm watching it after, when I give the rating on it, they go, what do you think about it? I said, dang, I give it up to a 7, and they'll ask me reasons. I said, well, the reasons are, one, I thought the boring was kind of slow and got a little boring. That was it. And I thought those 2 fucking characters added nothing to the episode. And then, dang, I give you valid reasons. Nothing to do with Michonne, by the way.
Yeah, Michonne was fine.
Sure,
She did have a few scenes that were a bit off, I'm not denying that. But her character was all of that bad.
apparently an episode I didn't like, a character I don't like, and she isn't even a problem of the episode.
Mr. Blob says, Mr. Blob, Mr. Hold on.
It was a decent episode. I'll give
God
it a 9
damn it.
rating. At least with us, we have brain cells. I'm like, okay, the episode was good. We're not hating on it. This is the minor problems we have with it, but it's something big. Like, you know what I mean? Like, something like that.
Mr. Blob thinks the Daryl Dixon show is boring. What do you think about that? I would do.
I'll agree to a percent of it. It is slightly boring. More boring than the ones who live. 100%.
I mean, to be fair, with the Walking Dead, the ones who live, it's really good. I love that.
Yeah.
Daryl Dixon, the lowest rated episode I'll give is episode 3, and I did that a fucking 7 as well.
Right.
Right. Like, I'm a hater. Like, my God. You guys hit me. A 7 is I liked it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah, 7 is not a bad rating. I don't know why people nowadays, they think, like, oh, you, like, for example, if you give, like, an episode a 7 out of 10, or 7/10 rating, that's, like, you hating the episode. No, it's not. It's not me or anyone hating on the episode. That doesn't mean nothing. I'm sorry. Like, sure, if you were to give the episode, like, a 5, then maybe that's kind of pushing it, but that doesn't mean you hate the episode just because you give it a 7 out of 10.
Episode 5 means I think the intro was fucking mid. I think it's mid at a 5.
Right.
And my least favorite episode, there's only one episode of Walking Dead I've ever given a fucking 0. And that is season 8 of Fear, episode 7. I give that episode a fucking 0.
Yeah.
I like nothing in that episode.
Yeah, if you're walking trash, I really don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's one of the really dead, but I don't really care.
Right.
It's already dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know
The character I want to see come back. Like I said, I want to let them open for said I bombed LA. I said, dude, you should go back when the fucking Madison and them are there. Fucking bomb it again.
Yeah.
For sure, when he has a chance.
That's what I said. You should have went back to LA and fucking bombed it again. Ruined Madison. They ruined fucking Alicia in season 8. Oh, God. I don't even want to bring her up.
Right.
Actually, no, don't bring that up.
For 2 fucking minutes. She came back for 2 minutes.
Yeah, she just popped out. No, I mean, I get what Deadwalker was saying, where Deadwalker was like, oh, she was around the area, like, she was somewhere in Georgia, like, she was somewhere in the area. I'm like, but that still doesn't justify the fact that she just teleported. She basically teleported.
There was a better scene. There was a better scene where she could have came back. The scene where Madison was in the fucking thing, sacrificing herself again. Instead of having that little girl, Tracy, save Madison, it should have been fucking Alicia. That at least would have given us some type of purpose.
Yeah, they're looking great.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Give her a purpose.
Like, yeah, now that I think about it right now, that could have been actually way better than what we got, because that would have been great story-wise, but guess what? They didn't do it.
It just came out of fucking nowhere. She goes, hey, this is your daughter. Actually, he lied. I'm like, yeah, no fucking shit. I know he lied.
Yeah, no shit. Why would we do this?
That's
And what are the odds that Troy's true final words were, Alicia is her mother. I'm like, get the heck out of here with that BS. Even Rick is doing us right now. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, he was lying. Yeah, just to make her go in rage mode.
Let me ask you this, Mr. Heisenberg. Do you agree that my version of Fear, like my Fear reboot, is going to be way better than what we got with AMC's Fear?
I believe your reboot would be better. It's just you taking a shit is better than
I mean, to be fair, I'm not going to have fucking Madison become a pacifist. It's not like I'm going to have Nick die from a little kid. At least with me, I'm not going to be doing stuff like that. You got to admit that.
Please, you won't have a fucking annoying ass character named Dog. That does nothing.
That's great. I love it.
I'm like, what kind of a name is that for a character? Like, really? Crane?
That's great. I like that. You taking a shit.
That sounds like a name you would give a pedophile.
You taking a shit would be better.
Came back in the fucking finale episode. The episode before the finale. Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Blah, blah, blah. And then fucking gets just destroyed.
Yeah, by walkers, by the way.
I'm done. I'm gonna go.
Let's see here. What else did he say? He says, I'm gonna be honest. I only like a few Marvel movies. That's one thing he stated.
Like, once who live, episode 2 is. I just can't believe there's idiots out there. I told you they exist. If you give any episode less than a 10 out of 10, they think you fucking hated the episode.
Okay, Mr. Blob goes. All right, here's a lot from here's a lot from Mr. Blob. Here's a lot from Mr. Blob. So he goes, my negative opinion on The Ones Who Live is that this story sets the tone from the start, and it's a ridiculous explanation of what we've all been wondering about. What happened to Rick? Question mark. Apparently Rick has escaped 4 times, and they keep hunting him down with helicopters instead of shooting him. Rick shows consideration of self-deletion a few times in the episode. In reality, the entire first episode is mostly dialogue and voiceover that just feels off to me. I don't know about anybody else, but if we are going to fly a heli, I'm going to pick the guy with one hand to do it. This.
I think that episode, I liked it. I liked the dialogue that he sees.
Yeah. As far as cinematography and overall appealing visual aspects, this is the best looking Walking Dead season we've gotten in years. This show borrows from our nostalgia bank a little in Rick. Hard to say it's the worst thing I've ever seen from Walking Dead because it's not. However, it misses the mark for me, who was hoping for a coherent story that offers legit closure on the Rick crime story. I respect that, Mr. Blob, but for me, it works. You know?
I'm gonna say this though. Did you hear about the ending? I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I heard the ending.
It apparently ends in a way where it sets up more. This is, and guess who said that?
Mr. Gimple,
Says
yeah.
it ends in a way where we could do more.
Right. So that's why it makes me believe that the one that you said.
That's why it's not the end of Rick.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm believing the one that you said, the one that he gets back to the family, and then you find out that Jade is still alive.
I actually prefer the other one, to be honest.
You bastard.
It's a better cliffhanger though.
Well, you would be pissing off Deadwalker.
I don't care.
No. Cause he.
This is the last ever time we see a Rick and you just see the fucking bombs destroying Alexandria. And I would agree with him. Where I know we're getting more.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine with that character, I think, for the ending, for the end of the season. I don't bother me.
It's it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Mr. Blob, I respect his opinion. I agree this is not the best Walking Dead season ever. I don't think it is.
You didn't say it is.
A lot of people think I'm stupid for saying that, but I don't know. I think season 6 is the best. No, my favorite Walking Dead season still is fucking Fear season 3. I'm not gonna get over that. It is.
Walking Dead season 3 is the fuck. I don't care what I'm saying. We get season like 4 or 5 might do get that guy who was BS.
Yeah, 1 through 3 is superior. The rest, who gives a shit?
Bullshit. The rest is only business. Yeah, the rest I say is complete doo-doo water, and no one cares.
Season 3 is the fucking goat.
Yeah.
Yeah, season 3, like seasons 1, 2, and 3, superior because they, to be fair, like that work said, they were in like the Dave Erickson era of Fear. But the rest, like 4 to 8, little doo-doo water. That's all I have to say. Little doo-doo water.
There's one YouTuber I don't like what he put. Jerry Takes when he put season 6 as it's the same S tier as fucking season 3. I'm like, dang, dude, season 6 is fucking mid. At best, it's mediocre.
Right. Agreed. Facts. I
Especially
disagree
when
with
they
him on
didn't
that
have
one.
to be mediocre.
And it wasn't. Season 6 is, I'll say this, out of the lead seasons, is the best out of their seasons, but it's still mediocre.
You mean 6A, not 6B. 6B, forget it. 6B, it goes through. With 6B of AMC Sphere, it goes down
it goes down a rabbit hole and it doesn't know what it wants to be. Go with 6A.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
can argue with someone okay.
I'll give 6A. If 6A was just by itself, I'd probably give the season a B. But I'd give it a C to a D because of the back half. I'd give it a C.
Right.
That's why it's mediocre. Because of the back half. The
McGattins.
first half was
McGattins
really
2. Never heard of it. Probably the worst movie ever. I never heard of it.
good. What movie?
McGattins 2 or whatever. I don't know what it's. Oh, and you know what's funny too? I don't even give the Dweebs credit for season 6 either, because I give it to the Ghost Riders.
Anyway, Rich, before I go, what time do you want to do the Dallas trial stream?
I don't know. I'm not really too sure.
Let me know and I'll hop on with you.
I'm gonna probably get on as early as I can with that.
I can't quit laughing at that person. It's still the main giggling.
I don't care if I have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I will be on track. I will be on track with that, and I will play the game with you because I've been waiting since 2023. We're playing this game, and I'm getting ready, bro.
I meant Megamind. Oh, Megamind. Oh, I don't think I heard of that either.
Yeah, I seen Megamind too. I saw that. I heard it was stupid. It was bad. I'll tell you. Bad.
Oh, maybe I heard of it, but I never seen it.
It's direct to streaming movie on fucking Peacock.
Oh.
It's on the streaming service Peacock.
Yeah, it's a direct to streaming movie.
Ah!
And it leads right into a series.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Now that's
Yeah,
stupid.
right to the show. It'll be direct to the show.
I won't say this right now. Like, for example, not to anybody on here, like, for example, and Ray's would agree with me on this, with the Knuckles TV show on Paramount Plus, that show is going to connect with Sonic 3. And it is still, overall, looks pretty cool. However, with Megamind, I'm like, okay, you do a part 2, you do the sequel, but it's been like 10 plus years, bro. Like, get that guy out of here.
Right.
But then again, we know with Megamind, there's no leading into anything. But with Sonic, there is a connection with Knuckles.
I'm gonna let you guys go.
They're doing a Knuckles show.
Right. All right. Yeah.
I'll let you
We're
guys
gonna
know.
end it here. Smash a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Got a couple streams coming up later, so stay tuned. So appreciate you guys joining in. You guys have it going. Peace.
You too. Peace out.
All right. Smash a like, subscribe. More for our content on the way, guys. Peace.